I give the floor to the representative of Algeria.
Thank you, Mr. President. At the outset, I express my gratitude to Mr. Thor Wennesland for his briefing and reaffirm Algeria's commitment and ensuring support for him. I would like to begin my statement by reaffirming Algeria's steadfast support for the UN Secretary General, Mr. Antonio Guterres, in the face of the smearing campaigns targeting him. It is unfair. Efforts to conceal the truth will never prevail, as the global public opinion is fully cognizant on the ongoing realities. History will not be forgiving toward the occupying power in Palestine. Mr. President, as the meeting progresses and the briefing echoes similar themes, it is painfully clear that the Palestinian people still enduring an ever-intensifying plight under Israeli occupation. For more than 75 years, each passing day, even each hour, witnesses an escalation in their suffering as the occupation expands its reach, its violence, its crimes. The latest aggression against Gaza marks yet another chapter in a long history of blatant and systematic violation of the right of the Palestinian people. This brutal military campaign aims to erode the prospects of establishing a viable Palestinian state, rendering the hope of such a state nearly impossible to attain. The cruel onslaught in Gaza has unleashed a killing that targets anyone daring to move beyond the confines of oppression. The toll is staggering, with over 32,000 lives lost in Gaza. Additionally, more than 74 individuals, women, children, and men have been left maimed. 12,000 of them were disabled. Shockingly, the number of children killed in Gaza surpasses the total count of children lost in all global conflicts over the past 4 years. This is an assault on children. This is an assault on innocence. This is an assault on the very future and existence of the Palestinian people in their homeland. The crimes perpetrated by the occupation forces have breached all imaginable boundaries of decency. The resolution 2728 that we have adopted yesterday must be fully implemented. The UN Charter is clear. Security Council resolutions are binding. Not almost, not partly, nor maybe. international peace and security are highly serious matter to be addressed lightly. If not, the very existence of this body, the Security Council, is put to question. Mr. President, the killing must stop now. Urgent action is imperative to expedite humanitarian relief effort before the spectre of famine materializes, as predicted by the latest IPC reports forecasting famine by this month of May. In this regard, we condemn the decision of the occupying power to not allow UNRWA convoys to enter the north of Gaza. This is a war by starvation, and we have the tool to avoid this catastrophe. It is UNRWA, who is the backbone of the humanitarian action in Gaza. UNRWA is irreplaceable. Mr. President, amidst this grim reality and the world's focus on unfolding crisis in Gaza, the occupying power have boldly sanctioned expansion of settlement in the occupied territory. Despite the international consensus on their illegality, this settlement continues. They are bargaining monthly. While our Security Council struggles to enforce the implementation of Resolution 2334, resolution voted 8 years ago. This resolution clearly denounces this settlement as a blatant violation of international law and a significant impediment to the establishment of a Palestinian state. The settlers' community has quadrupled since the 90s, reaching more than 950,000. Indeed, it is legitimate now to question the fate of these newcomers to Palestinian territories and how the envisioned Palestinian state will take shape amidst the ongoing settlement expansions and demographic modification. This expansionist agenda is a clear blueprint aimed at altering the demographic landscape and character of the occupied territory. This unlawful presence has ushered in a new era characterized by escalating settler terror violence, which the occupation authorities are complicit in arming in flagrant violation of Resolution 904. Palestinians in the West Bank and also in Al-Quds Sharif live in constant fear, unable to safeguard themselves and their properties from settlers' gangs, shielded by the occupation forces. The year 2023, even prior to October 7, marked the most violent bloodshed period for Palestinians since the Second Intifada. The Security Council must urgently explore avenues to ensure the full implementation of Resolution 2334 before the vision of a Palestinian statehood is shattered by the steadfast grip of settler and settlement. In conclusion, Mr. President, we reiterate our standing support and commitment to collaborate with all stakeholders to safeguard the Palestinian people's right and enable them to exercise their legitimate right to self-determination and to establish an independent Palestinian state with Jerusalem as its capital. I thank you.
I thank the representative of Algeria for their statement.